Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remaster. Today, Effort and RoyaL, two ASL 20 qualifiers, meeting on Deja Vu. Top left, it is Effort. Love this guy. Top right, RoyaL. Love this guy too. ASL champion. Woo! So two high-level players in ASL 20. Maybe this is a preview of a matchup in ASL 20. I certainly hope it is, because these two players are some of my favorite players to watch. Effort is just so technically sound. He knows how to scout. He knows how to react. He knows excellent build orders. And his micro is impressive as well. RoyaL uses Restoration against Plague on his science vessels. What else do you need to know to love RoyaL, huh? All right, so SCV scouting down, scouting out. Steve the SCV again. Merch at falconpaladin.store. Oh, not scouting. Got ourselves a supply depot wall off at the natural. The Overlord Terry here cannot see it. Yeah, I know, it's okay. You don't need to scout him because it's just a standard build here. No proxies. And that is comforting to you, isn't it, Terry? Yes, indeed. So, let's go ahead and, yep, it's going to be an overpool opening here. Oh, never mind, a hatch first from Effort on this 4-player map, Deja Vu. And this is the drone that has been chosen to make a hatchery. And ka-chow, there it is. Hatch first. At 12 supply on Deja Vu. And is RoyaL thinking about doing a command center first play here? He says, I haven't been scouted yet. So, yeah, I've got 400 minerals. Let's go ahead and... No. All right. So, barracks. He would have been safe with the command center first. But safer still with a barracks right here. Extractor, spawning pool. The drone says, all right, fair enough. You're walling off. Oh, never mind. It is a command center. All right, so it is a CC first wall off with a barracks and a supply depot. The drone says, oh man, my spawning pool isn't done. It's not going to be done for a minute, so I cannot punish you for this greedy build here, Mr. RoyaL. So maybe a third... Maybe an early third to counter it. And gas block. Gas blocking. Here is this drone. So, yeah. So this is going to be a command center first play here from RoyaL on this 4-player map. Taking the gas here at the second base. And is it going to be mech? This is an early gas here. Yeah. So blocking the drone from... blocking the gas again is that SCV. All right, so it's a 2-base Muta opening here with that early lair. And RoyaL says, that's a-okay. I'm ahead economically. And I still have enough time to throw up engineering bay and turrets to counter your Mutalisks. The SCV says, let's just make sure. Let's just make sure it's going to be a Spire here. Do we see a Hydralisk Den? No. Do we see a lair? Yes, we do. So the likelihood here is that it's going to be a Spire. And this, yeah, no hatch, no hatch, no hatch in the middle here. Yeah, there we go. It's a factory. Factory. Yes, loving it. Loving this mech style here from RoyaL here. Yep, there's a Spire. We've got ourselves second extractor on the way at the top left-hand side. And this drone is looking to be a third hatch. It doesn't have quite enough minerals to do that, but this position in this location, hatch. Third hatch, low ground, bottom left spawn on Deja Vu. Metabolic boost on the way after... the Spire got started here, so no aggression with Lings. And this SCV says, I want to scout and see. I want to scout and see if there is a third base here. And no, he couldn't see it. He doesn't know. He doesn't know if it's a 2-base or a 3-base play. But bottom left here is the third base. And the Spire's almost done. How much gas do we have? About 500 here. Maybe 6 or 7 Mutalisks on the first. I guess 6 Mutalisks because there are only 2 hatcheries here and not a third. Not a macro hatch. Sunken Colony says, yeah, this is going to be a Vulture. They did scout it with those solo lings. We've got 4 Mutalisks on the way. And 5 Mutalisks on the way. We've got 3 factories on the way here. Well, 2. And an armory. Oh, hang on a second. Nah, no starport. No starport. No Valkyrie opening here. Just Goliaths and Charon boost. There we go. Charon boost started at 5 minutes and 30 seconds. We've got 7 Mutalisks on the way here. And here they are, hatching. It's hard to make a Mutalisk sound for me. But hey, wait a second. These speedlings here. Taking down a Marine, taking down an SCV, getting a full scout off here, and my goodness, that is, wow, that is an excellent, excellent opening here from our guy. Missile turret not done, but non-Charon boosted Goliaths are defending these SCVs. Bam, SCV down. Bam, SCV down. Bam, maybe a Goliath down. No, not quite yet. +1 flyer on the way. We've got 7 Mutalisks with more coming across the map all of the time and more inside eggs in the production here. RoyaL says, come on, Charon boost. Finish. Finish. I need you. I need you so much. Bam, bam, bam. Missile turret getting hits off, but against this many Mutalisks, you need more than 1 turret here. And that's why there's a second missile turret there next to this refinery. Yeah, 3 missile turrets. Engineering bay floating over these SCVs so they cannot be manually targeted by those Mutalisks. Third base, excellent stuff. Creep colony for a sunken just in case a Vulture shows up. And hey, look, a Vulture's gonna show up looking very smart in his purple jumpsuit. So yeah, hit that like button if you're excited to see this mech build here from RoyaL against Effort. Dude, good stuff. And uh-oh. That Sunken did not kill the Vulture here. Bam. And bam. Mutas again on the rampage here. SCV is going down. Still 34 SCVs to 24 drones. And I guess we have to fly back with these Mutalisks and take out this Vulture? No, maybe just 1? Yeah, 1 Mutalisk to finish off this Vulture with 1 kill and 20 hit points. Like, I just need gas right now anyways. That's all right. It's okay that you're denying every single mineral patch with 1 Vulture right now. Full stack right there. Are you waiting for the +1 attack here? +1 flyer attack or not? And 2 kills for that Vulture and dead. All right, fair enough. 2 kills for a Vulture. That is a good trade, I think, in RoyaL's eyes as well as Effort's eyes. It's an equitable trade. Look at this, man. Are we just mass Mutalisk? With maybe some speedlings, I guess? Dude, what is going on here? We just had a game like this. We just had a game where it was Soma versus, God, was it BSC? What was his name? It was a player who's very good, a Korean player, but not exactly an ASL qualifier, and Effort went for all of the Mutalisks. And this Terran player went for all of the Goliaths with the Charon boost and the upgrades and stuff, and he couldn't quite handle it against Soma. Soma did this really cool thing where he burrowed lings out on the opening of the Terran base and kind of leading out so we could see how many Goliaths were moving out and when an SCV left, or, you know, maybe there was a Marine that walked out there, he'd know. It was a sick play. You should check it out. If you want to link to it, let me know. Let me know in a comment, and I'll be like, yeah, sure. Here's that cast. If you like mech, if you like seeing Goliaths and non-standard play against somebody like Effort and like Soma, then hey, got a couple casts for you over the last week. Burrow's on the way. This could be some Burrow scouting play. Hydra Den, yes. Flyer Carapace. So this could be a situation where we see our Zerg player not go for all of the Mutalisks. He could be going for... Ooh, he is going double Hydra Den. He's got to use them now. Like, feasibly, it could be a situation where the Hydra Den is used, or just kind of just in case, if you make 1 and you just keep making mutas. But this is double Hydra Den, double upgrades. What an interesting opening here. Oh, Vulture's getting sniped out. Even if they have speed, mutas can chase them down. They can cut them off. They can kill them. 4th base does get scouted by the Vulture. Great scout there by RoyaL. No real surprise from him. Science Vessel's on the way. Irradiate's coming in here too, and Spider Mines. So, he's anticipating something besides mutas here. Because, you know, Spider Mine's out there when it's really nothing but Mutalisks rocking the map. Aren't that great? What are they going to kill? Drones don't trigger them. Maybe a couple wings that might be around, but other than that, yeah, Vultures popped in to see if there's a 4th base here or a 5th base there. Didn't see it. Forced the Mutas to come back to deal with this. This is really good army repositioning by our guy, RoyaL. So yeah, they're going to be 1-1 Mutalisks here. Hydras are getting that double upgrade. There's the one. There's the second one. Speed and range with a further upgrade for the attack on the missiles here. Factories, more and more factories. Vultures getting sniped. Good burrow. Keep those, well, one drone died, but keep those drones alive, man. A little bit of a burrow. Forcing scans to be used. There are no comm sats, so good luck with that. Which is interesting. Maybe lurkers would be kind of good here. Like an insane transition right now would be to get a bunch of lurkers because, again, the Terran doesn't have comm sat. He's got science vessels, which are good. But I think without the ability to just scan wherever you want with that comm sat, it's going to be a little bit tough. Further upgrades here for the Goliaths. What a weird game this is. I'm enjoying it. Thanks, RJB, for the replay, by the way. Always say thanks, RJB. The replays that come from him. They're not all from him. I just posted a game from like 2008 between Terror and Turn on Destination. That was really crazy, too. Very weird TVZ. With a 2-port Wraith opening. If you want to watch that, let me know. Again, comments, questions. You can ask me stuff whenever you want in the comments of the videos. I read them. Look at those Goliaths. Such glorious blue smoke coming out of the Charon boost. One of my favorite things. Like, honestly, one of my favorite things. And again, this is closer to the truth, but still a lie. Like, Goliaths didn't look this kind of stumpy. Hitting F5. We'll change that for you if you're in the remaster, if you're wondering how I did that. Some people are like, whoa, what was that? How'd you do that? Barracks dying. That sucks. You know why? We've got a... No, he saved it. It's burning down, but it's alive. Irradiate, great split. Muta gets off of there and out of there and split off from his friends. Any sign of a Queen's Nest? Not so much. Not one of those, but we do have a lot of Hydras all of a sudden. They're working on that +1 attack. Is almost done. This is going to be some kind of a Muta Hydra against Mass Goliath attack. That said, there are a couple tanks, okay? A couple tanks here. Siege mode, I believe, is done. Spider Mine's doing the work of burrow scouting. Is there burrow scouting happening? No, it's just Overlord scouting. Good positioning from effort. He does have some burrow scouting here, actually. Hydra, Muta decide to engage. The Irradiates are coming in fast and strong here. The Muta's just kind of jumping in. Are all the Mutas just dying right now? Wow! Every Muta evaporated there. The Hydra is trying to finish it off with their +1 attack upgrade, but these Goliaths are at 2-1. A lot of Hydra corpses are piling up. Siege mode is done. Tank on the bridge holds it off, and woof! I think Effort thought he could break that. I thought he could get in there and shut that down, kill every Goliath, kill this third base, and effectively win the game, but nope. No, he could not. Every Mutalisk died there. I think we're just into Hydras now. Mass Hydra. He is working actually on a further Flyer Carapace and Ventral Sacs. So I don't know if that armor is going to be for Overlords, for Hydra drops, or it's going to be for Mutas. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Vulture's back behind the mineral line. A couple drones died, but I don't know, like 3 or 4 Vultures died there too. Spider Mines, Overlord, Hydras. No. Great combination. Got to be very careful because you can't get close enough to trigger them. You can. So Hydras are running out. +1 attack on those guys. Still just the 2-1 for the Vultures. They're working on a +3 attack. It's Siege Tanks. It's Goliath. These Spider Mines are getting cleared out, just like Dragoons coming out on the mapping, clearing out Spider Mines with their friendly detection. Oh, kind of lose. Oh, right. Not kind of. Losing 5 Hydras there because the Overlord wasn't in position. And he triggered a Spider Mine. That's huge. Hydras defending against these little Vulture run-bys. I love it. You burrow the drones. You bring the Hydras over, clear them out, and then the burrows pop back up like nothing happened. There's the unburrow. There it be. Queen's Nest finally coming in down here, kind of hiding it down in the bottom left. Again, the Terran just now getting comm-sat stations, just now getting scanners. So his ability to see that there is a hive coming in now is null. There is no capability of that whatsoever. Oh, another Hydra dies to these spider mines. Good golly. Now he's scanning. And he doesn't see a queen's nest. He does? No, the hive timing starts when the scan finishes. Great job by effort. That was some sick timing there. Did he know? He might have an indication that he knows that RoyaL likes to get comsat and scan when he's making it around 15 minutes. Dude, this command center is going to die. He's going for a big old drop, but he's like, do I just want to kill the... All right, we're going to unload on the natural. Here comes the unload of Mass Hydralisk with 1/1 upgrades. Oh my gosh, what a thumbnail this one is. SCV's dying, Hydra's dying, Irradiate getting tossed down as well. Coming back around, the Overlords, D-Matrix on a Goliath to try to keep it alive. SCVs are dying at an alarming rate. 49 SCVs, rather 58 SCVs to 49 drones. Actually not too bad. I just don't know what Mass Hydra is really supposed to do here. Goliaths trade pretty well, especially if they've got better upgrades, which they do, and better numbers, which they do, and tank support, which they do. So I'm trying to figure out what on earth Everett's going to be able to do here. Adrenalings with Hydras, actually, like an Adrenaling wrap around the backside with Hydras can do very well. So maybe getting Adrenal would be a good move. Plague on Mech is also very good. Dark Swarm against the Goliaths is obviously impossible for the Goliaths to handle because their entire attack is nothing but single target. So, maybe more drops? I don't know if that was worth it. Dude, 140 to 104 supply with Mech here. It's drops. Like, I have to give effort a lot of respect here for going for drops. Okay, one Hydra unloads. I think there were 2 Hydras in there. Big engagement. Coming in again. Too many tanks. Unhappy. Too many tanks there, sir. Okay, Hydra explodes. Oh, Spider Mines! 7 Hydralisks died at 2 Spider Mines. The value is off the charts there. RoyaL taking to 4th base at the center. Oh, it's Queens. Oh, all right. Well, it's Gamete Meiosis with Queens. You know how many Goliaths there are? This is not a Terran who's going for Vulture Siege Tank. This is a Terran who's going for Goliaths and, like, some tanks. More scanning. There's the scan in the main. He doesn't really get a lot out of it, though. I don't think he anticipates... He wouldn't be making this many siege tanks if he knew it was going to be a lot of investment into Queens. If it's Queens, Mass Goliath, man. A Queen gets into range, it dies immediately to 17 siege tanks. Effort is sniping off tanks on the back line. I like it. Forcing a siege up and then getting out. Losing a couple Hydras into the retreat. Not a bad idea. No, okay, free Hydras are free. Queens being made, but there's not going to be useful for a while, guys. Hydra counterattacking in the 3rd base. 1 tank defending, but there are 4 more tanks coming across. If they can position on the bridge there, that's going to be pretty good for them. These Hydras kind of get stuck out and murdered in that spot. This is just looking brutal. Vultures on the run by. If they can get up away from that sunken, I guess they know the drones are just going to burrow anyway, but yeah, there's the burrow, and then the Vultures turn their attention to the sunken, which is like a complete waste of time. But hey, Vulture's got a couple kills there. Center base, once again, hilarious. More Queens being produced. We'll see when these Queens have enough energy to do what they need to do, which is 150 for a spawn Broodling. Hydra's jumping in. They've got a solid 2-2 upgrade situation, but the mech is at 3-1. +3 attack on these tanks, +3 attack on these Goliaths. Really make Hydras not happy campers. Radiate, burrowed to die. Pre-burial syndrome there. Queen 68, 69 energy. Where are the rest of the Queens, though? I'm assuming he's trying to hide them from scans. Does he only have a couple? He's got 6. So 78, 79. There we go. These are the first ones. 135. So there's ones that are close. Once again, Hydras do pause construction on a command center, but get killed by the Goliaths before they can get a full cancel on it. It's just going to come down to the Queens. We'll see. We'll see how they do. It's kind of hit and miss. We've seen them work very well. With Hydras especially, we've seen them kind of fall apart. If you just don't do a good job keeping the queens alive, you can't necessarily get on top of the tanks. It's just a beautiful position for queens to get on top of those tanks, man. Missile attack upgrades. Hydras. There's a spawn broodling. 1, 2, and a third. Bam. Get out of there, queens. And they do. Irradiate 1 is a death sentence. It's going to die, but it gets away from its friends, not causing any more damage. More tanks come up. There are enough to handle this attack on the Hydralisks. So, I mean, don't think you got this free and easy and clear, ladies and gentlemen. Too many tanks showed up there. You killed a few. That was nice. Well, then, you know, there are still 5 remaining or 4 remaining, and they've got that +3 now. A +2 armor, even harder to kill. I think effort should have expanded here probably a while ago. I mean, RoyaL's got this right side base for basically a 5th. I mean, kind of. Do we want to count the center as a base? Queen's got energy for a spawn broodling. Might as well use it on this Goliath, or... I mean, can it get close enough with the 19 hit points? I don't know. With the Hydra's buffering, maybe. There you go. So now, taking the bottom left natural spawn. Natural. I already said that. Natural spawn. We'll be trying to expand down here to a 7 o'clock position. Two more queens being produced. Hydra's doing their level-headed best here, man. It's a lot of them. And they got the +3 attack. That's as good as they can do. It's just the tanks with +3 just do not care. Okay, Overlord goes in first to see what we're dealing with. Here is the engagement. It's spread out tanks. There aren't that many Goliaths here. They get 1 Goliath. Queen dies. Queen gets out of there. Tanks reduce quite nicely. Hydra's dealing with the Goliaths as much as they can. Tanks on the back line, shelling them quite hard. D-Matrix Goliath on the front line is a great use of that ability. And once again, fallen back. Here is effort. He's trying, man. He's just down 173 to 158 supply. He kills 4 or 5 tanks, but then there are 10 more back there. At this point, I think maybe dropping on top of the tanks with cracklings and maybe Hydras would be a better use of the units you've got and the resources you've got than queens. It's just so hard to have enough spawn broodling to kill every single tank, you know? Science vessel energy on the way. Trying to expand down this way was RoyaL, and effort said, no, absolutely not. You're not allowed to be down there. So this base, there we go. Okay, this little 7 o'clocker. He's covering it. Effort covering it. I don't know, man. We're at 22 minutes. I have no idea who's going to come out on top here. It's a big Terran force. Don't get me wrong. But if queens can get value and queens can stay alive for the most part. I think I saw 1 queen die on that previous engagement. If you can do that again and again and again and again. Spawn broodling. Dan, queens getting out of there generally alive. But so many tanks are back there. SCV is getting target fired for the most part. You're not going to get up on top of those tanks. They are too far away. Yeah, these tanks are problematic. He's like, I think we're out of here. Not getting that command center. Good attention to detail and knowing when to quit, knowing when to get out when you're ahead. He's now only down about 6 supply to the Terran. The Terran's been up closer to 20 supply for the last 10-15 minutes or so. So the fact that effort is macroing super hard and taking out tanks and taking out SCVs, still 64 workers from RoyaL. It's not like he is poor and destitute right now. We got 3-2 upgrades there. Beautiful stuff. And more queens. And that's what the fire carapace was for. Remember when I was like, what's the +2 fire carapace for? Overlords? No, it was for queens. So tank down, irradiate, tank down. Now look, catching an irradiate is not something you can really plan for. It's hard to prevent it from happening. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with queens getting irradiated. Nicely done again. There are still just a bajillion siege tanks here. Like, at some point, you're going to have to start dropping on this stuff. But look at the turrets as the anti-air. Look at how many Goliaths there are as anti-air. I love the single Wraith to try to be used to maybe, like, hunt down some of these queens out on the map. RoyaL wants to take this base. Overlord is keeping an eye on it, but heading south for the first time really are these tanks. Drones try to evac out of here before they get exploded. There are drones transferring into this position that are being told to turn around. And it looks like the 7 o'clock hatchery is going to die. Maybe queens go 1, 2, 3. Okay, that one just died. A little bit too deep in there. There's an irradiate. Forward tanks die. This is intense. I might epic tag this TVZ, folks. Once again, tank, tank, tank. 1, 2, 3, and get out. One queen dies on the way out. That's acceptable losses. Tank on the high ground. Does get hit, too. All right. All right. Queen dies for that. He's doing all right with it. No, what I say about the Wraith hunting these queens? It's so smart. It is so smart to hunt these queens with a single Wraith, though. Waiting launch orders. They parasite it. They keep an eye on it. As it's doing its hunting, these guys do manage to get through the missile turret gauntlet down there and get back to safety. They only came back down here as a temporary measure anyway. 176 to 173 supply. This is insane. This is insane. +3 flyer carapace coming in. Hydra's coming up the ramp. Hydra's swinging down from the south. Where's the queen support? It's kind of, sort of working. A lot of Hydras are dying here. The queen's jumping in again, going tank, tank, tank. Thank you, sir. Brutaling's getting in on this mix. They don't have the greatest upgrades. Yeah, got him. Okay, that guy gets out of here. She gets out of here. So it's just 150 to 135 supply. It is still massive. Ooh, these Hydras, maybe. Ooh, at the very least, picking out this SCV, building the command center. There's not a lot of time to do it. You need to go, 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 go. I don't think he knows that it's here. He's going to let it finish. Oh, he did. Oh, that's huge. He let it finish. He was down there in time, but I don't think he knew that base was there, so we couldn't snipe off the SCV. I gotta know. Parasites, a siege tank, 159 to 155 supply. The Wraith has got 4 kills. He's going after drones now. The freaking Tom Kazansky pilot here. Hero Wraith from the Brood War. Getting on out of there. Good golly. Another queen. Parasite? Another parasite, maybe? This is getting intense. But the map is split in half. Split in half. Way too much for effort to be happy about this against a meching Terran. You're going to come in again. Just, like, there aren't enough tanks to stop me. Spider mines are another problem, obviously. More tanks come in. Queen's got to book it out of there as the Goliaths respond. And again, Everett understands he needs to retreat before things get worse. It's just, you have to kill more of these tanks. RoyaL is doing such an excellent job of continuing to produce enough tanks to deal with this many Hydras. It's not easy. It's not easy to keep in mind and keep an eye on what the Zerg player is doing, but he's doing it. He's like, you're really trying to make this thing work with Hydras, so I'm just going to have 8 million tanks. Good luck throwing down spawn brooding on every one of these tanks. I have this base. I have this base now. I have split the map in half. I am become, I don't know, become unstoppable. Yeah, effort is in an immense amount of trouble here. Like all of the trouble in the entire universe. I don't think he can pull this off at 28 minutes. I'm looking at it. I'm trying to find a way. This is just looking absolutely terrible. I'm just trying to figure out. I mean, taking away these bottom 2 bases might actually work if Effort's going to win this game. It's a beautiful unload down here on this bottom left natural. He could infest that command center if he gosh darn wanted to. He's got the queens for it. He's got it down into infestation position. The queens are coming back in. Hold on. Infested, infested, infested. Okay, so he kills it. Good enough. This base gonna die too. All right, what did I say? And then, all right, this right side base dying is kind of massive as well. This is getting intense. On the move out, though, is RoyaL. He's like, all right, you want to kill bases? Let's kill bases. Let's do this. Siege is up on the bottom left natural spawn. Tank down. Is he trying to, like, come in here and take out the center? He's gonna get... No, that base gets saved. This base should not be saved. I think those SCVs could save it, though. Trying to scan high ground tanks. Yes, wiping out tanks, but there are always So many more tanks. Another queen gets sniped out. It's 160 to 140 supply. The bottom right base. This is still running. How is this still running? Because he's worried about what's going on over here. He's trying to bring the queens into good positions over and over and over again and get as many tanks as Zergly possible here. But can he? Once again, remember when I said the SCVs could probably win this battle? They decide to not even try. They do drag some of those hydras away. Tanks. Get us. He's so close. He's so close on the spawn broodlings here. Okay, tank. Goliath. He's just letting the queens die here. It's so much APM to try to control this many queens and your hydras and these hydras, which he's forgotten about entirely. And he just has never been able to clear out the tank count immensely and entirely. So this base dies. So many drones are going down. Sub 30 workers now. For effort. This base is dying. In fairness, effort's doing what I thought he needed to do, but he couldn't lose another base in the process. It's going to make it so much more difficult again. Okay, where are your spawn broodlings? Oh, hold on. Maybe it doesn't matter. 115 to 128 supply, and it's a bigger worker count, which means the army value for the Zerg player is bigger. Yeah, these bases are dead. Holy, hold on. Maybe effort can pull this thing off by taking out that bottom right-hand corner. It's not over yet, folks. I'm not willing to call it over, but suddenly RoyaL finds himself in a position he's not happy about. He's mining here. For how much longer? Probably enough time because he's just sitting Pure Hydra into 4 siege tanks and 4 Goliaths. That is adequately defended, I believe is what they call it. There is a flyer attack upgrade coming in. Is he trying? Oh, that queen almost made it out. He's trying to, like, do a giant Muta tech switch. Tanks getting whittled out. Queens getting exploded. That queen death sound, one of the most unique sounds in all of StarCraft and in all of gaming. I would love to know how they made that sound. Look at how many queens there are. I don't know if I've seen this many queens built in a TVZ ever. The tank count is not particularly healthy. Spawn broodling. He's got 2 here. He's got a 3rd here. He's got 3 spawn broodlings there, but these guys are worried about everything that's going on. Finally getting defended. These guys do get their spawn broodlings off, and one of them dies in the process. This one's got effectively full energy. Oh, never mind. Maybe, nah, I don't. This game is bonkers. So 1 base mining from RoyaL right now. Even the center is mined out, and effort's mining on 1 here as well. 1 base to 1 base. Queen Hydra, desperation plays from effort. These are unsieged siege tanks. Tank down. Ah, tank down. These tanks are all gonna die. The spider mines are trying to clear him out. He targets the spider mines so they don't kill his Hydralisks before they can kill the Hydralisk. Tank down again. He kills every siege tank. He falls back. Man, having some Sunkens here would be so nice. The Goliaths do not trade well against Sunkens. They are really flimsy there. A spawn broodling on a, there you go. On a single, doesn't matter. GG effort. Taps out, and RoyaL gets the win here in 33 minutes and 38 seconds on the back of like a handful of Goliaths. I mean, he's got a couple more tanks back here, in fairness, and a couple more Goliaths, and but that's it, dude. He's at 78 supply. 40 of that is SCVs, which means he's got effectively this. This is it. This is his army. It's 12 units, tanks and Goliaths. Pretty good mix. But Everett just didn't have anything else. He didn't have enough Hydras. I really feel like Cracklings would have been incredible here. But he doesn't have minerals. He was spending so much of his money. He was trying to make queens work as much as he did, and he killed so many mech units with the queens. It was some of the best queen usage I've ever seen. Oh, incredible. Incredible. Insane game. Thanks again, RJB, for that game. Well done, RoyaL. Oh. No plagues. No orange clouds. just queens. And it is a spellcaster. So spellcaster versus spellcaster here. But man, not many spellcasters and for Royal on the last part of this game, right? It was just Goliaths doing their thing, siege tanks doing their thing. Hydra's just not enough firepower, especially when outnumbered here. And these queens, 1 kill, 2 kill, 3 kills, 2 kills. It's just not enough to pay for yourselves. They're so expensive. Killing one thing is just hard. And then you got to wait so long, and they're so likely to die. And we've seen this work. We've seen this work beautifully from players like Effort before. Like Soma. Like Soul Key, it can be done, but not every time. And Royal played just a beautiful game. Wonderful game, dude. He almost lost it. He almost lost it at the end of the day, but pulled it out in the end because he's a boss. 311,000 to 334,000 points in favor of Royal. He got outproduced, but he outkilled by a similar number. Structures raised 128 to 32, but the 39 to 5 raise number is pretty nice. For the Zerg, the outspend is there, but against a meching Terran player to only do about 7,000 resources in 33 minutes is tough. Extraordinarily tough, so that's it, man. That's going to be it from me. Well done, Royal. Incredibly impressive win in a very close game. And yeah, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch Falcon Paladin on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. All at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for keeping StarCraft alive in 2025. And you take care of yourself.